All right, we're going to try this again. Checkity check, check. See if it works. Hey, there we go. The Brew Geek. What up, Brew Geek? Hey, Richard. Nick Pantazzi. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tony Jenkins, still here. Tulsa Tony. How are you? Hey, Guy Tracy. Punk as folk. I like that. Hello. Yo. Yay. Oh, man. COD, Infant and Cheap Audio, man. Mab. Cheap Audio Mab. I like that. I like that. I like it. How y'all doing on a Saturday night? A Saturday night. Hmm. Is this interesting for y'all? Doing the me texting on the phone while I'm doing a live chat. Updated my 56K modem this week. Oh, Tony, that's awesome. That is awesome. I hope to hear you because I love to hear your input, but it, yeah, yeah, like, yeah. Talk about a nerd. I don't think I've ever sounded more like a nerd. First night, NHL playoffs on the speakers. What's up, Max Shepner? Nick Pantazzi is super interested in what? I've been up since 3 a.m. Just got to the hotel waiting for pizza to arrive. Richard, if I had a nickel every time I did that, I'd be able to buy a pizza because I order a lot of pizza at the hotel. Sunday, 10:42 a.m. here in Hong Kong. John Long from Hong Kong. Oh, my computer is betraying me. Hey man, any tips for a covered back porch speaker? Ooh, man, with porches outside, you have so many variables. It's not a room. I don't know, man. I mean, I know. Um, I think all the majors make outside speakers like Polks and Clips and everything like that. Hold on, I'm gonna try to tell someone to get on my live stream. Let's see if they join. Hey Dan Brown, what's up? Another Saturday night. We got Hong Kong in the house. We got Tulsa in the house. We got Canada in the house. We are international tonight. International. Will the Crichtons and GR Research be the reference you judge speakers for all future speakers? Probably. Yeah, they're both that good. Um, they're both that good. The UB52s are still up there as well as the debut reference, as well as the Polk 100s, and for really affordable stuff, the JBL A130 Batman from Australia, Hong Kong, Canada, the US and A. What's my favorite? Bourbon. I actually don't drink. And when I did drink, if I drank bourbon, someone had to be assigned to me so I didn't burn down the house. Upgraded my DAC yesterday. Thoughts on upgrading the USB cable? I wouldn't worry about that. Most like right now, maybe in the future, but there's a lot of stuff going on with cables and stuff like that. I think most DACs these days have reclocking and stuff like that. So, Batman, how is the 1TD versus 1TDX comparison going? Well, I'm glad you asked. Hold on. I'm probably going to rip my cords out of here. So currently, I am. This thing weighs about 10 pounds. Currently, I'm putting this together, which is the Crichton 1TDX crossover. It is quite heavy. What's my favorite headphone and why? Ooh, I have a few. Actually, these are kind of cool. The Grados SE80, I think. Emotivas, Pandas for Bluetooth. Also like the Dan Clark Aeons. HD 6XX. HD 6XX because they have a great mid-range. Emotiva because they're just across the board awesome. Meze 99 Classics are probably my favorite closed back headphone. They're fantastic. Oh, tell us about your Speaker City shirt. I got this on $6 t-shirts. It's from the classic comedy Old School. What got you into hi-fi audio? Brew Geek. I was 6 years old and I wanted a Walkman, and I don't know why. It was something I don't remember if Back to the Future was out when I was 6 years old. I can't remember what year that came out. Regardless, I just wanted a Walkman. I wanted to listen to music. And that's it was off to the races after I was 6. I think by the time I was 9, 10 maybe, I had cobbled together a little system with a used realistic receiver. I got a CD player for Christmas, an Emerson from Walmart, and ended up getting one of those cool EQs. Some passive radiator Kenwoods that had like a 12-inch woofer. They were awesome. Hey, from Canada, Dwayne Noakes. Are those Grados you're wearing today? They sure are. From my good friend Brock, he gave them to me for my birthday. Do you think Emotiva is coming out with a new line of speakers? As I've noticed, they have been out of stock for available on the B1. I don't know. I know they just released their new amp line. Favorite Gene? Not for reviewing? For fun? What does Gene mean? That's a good question. I want to know what Gene means. Another Australia, Brisbane. I'd love to go to Australia. JCPenney stereo, cassette and 8-track. Man, back then, JCPenney and like Woolworths and Montgomery Ward, they all had these crazy awesome stereo sections. Sears. I got my first home theater receiver at Sears. Of all places. You into gaming at all? No, Brew Geek. I kind of think about it, and I hate to be one of those people that says, I'm so busy. But between the job, my family, and YouTube, there is just zero time. I get to watch a TV show. Although I've been watching 30 Rock every night, and that show is hilarious. Another Canadian, thank you. Panasonic Thrusters. I don't remember those, but that sounds awesome. Ward's Airline. Oh, genre. Brian Simmons, genre. Oh, just for fun. Metal. I'm a big metal fan. Metallica, Korn, love Korn. Rage Against the Machine. I love grunge. Nirvana, Soundgarden, Audioslave. Audioslave's not really grunge. Smashing Pumpkins. Alice in Chains. Pretty much all that. Like the heavier stuff during grunge. Greece. We have Greece. We have a bunch of Australians. We have a bunch of Canadians. We have Hong Kong on the US&A. I have the same Grado SR80E headphones. I think they broke in a bit because when I first got them, I didn't think they had any bass. And now they have bass. Oops, would like to say hi. Her name is Lexi. Hey, Lexi. Greenland. Scandinavians in the house. Ooh, I love the Scandinavians. You're my people. Yeah. Look up the channel, and I think it will be on there. Hey, Randy, can you recommend a DVD player that has a good DAC that works well for audio also? Oh, I lost it. Works for preferably under $800. I don't know. I have now. It's just a CD player. Now, I use all of my CD players as transports. So I will tell you, if you can find an Oppo DVD or Blu-ray player, those have fantastic DACs in them. I don't know what they are. Metal for the win, Brew Geek. Hey. I had to go sign up for your Patreon. Oh, thanks, Van Overbay. Whenever I see your name, I always think of Vandelay Industries from Seinfeld. Vandelay Industries bought everything. Airline from Montgomery Ward. Man, Montgomery Ward, I used to just go look. They'd have these huge speakers in there. It was awesome. Car stereo experience. Yes, Brian, that was kind of another one of my big things that I got into when I was a teenager. I didn't have the money for anything good, but I would rip out all the stuff and just murder the dashboard to put stuff in. I recognize that t-shirt. That was from Video Numero Uno. Yes, seems like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? It sure does, Dr. C. Yeah, October, I think 19th was my first video. Just got the T0 Plus and C1 Plus, and wow, upgraded from ELAC 5.2 and C5.2, both based on your reviews. Love both setups. Appreciate your vids, Randy. Very happy. KCS, yeah, there's something special about those Emotivas, and it has everything to do with that tweeter, man. They're really good. I actually know the music you mentioned, unlike John Darko, laugh out loud. I had someone today leave a snarky comment that said, let me know if you want to listen to some good music. And I said, wow, thank you. I didn't know I was doing it all wrong my entire life. Wow, your tastes are right up my alley. I hear another. You got to hear this Chesky. Right? Actually, Brian, Steve Gutenberg hooked me up with Chesky Records. I have 10 records downloaded. I need to listen to them. Another vote for Oppo 203. Did you get that shirt from Vince Vaughn? I did. Yeah, Vince and I are real close. I'm just kidding. I wish I was close with Vince Vaughn. I got it from $6 t-shirts, and I'm not affiliated with them, but it's $6t-shirts.com. They have a whole bunch of cool like novelty t-shirts and stuff. Now that the Emotiva TA100 is discontinued, what integrated amp would you recommend for vinyl? Do you have any thoughts on the Rega IO? No, I would love to listen to it. Love to listen to it, but I haven't got a chance. And I've heard that Rega is a little bit odd about working with YouTubers, so I haven't listened to it, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. I'm pretty sure Emotiva is coming out with a new integrated amp pretty soon. I don't have a recommendation. The Denon PMA 600NE is pretty good. It's not super detailed, but it's pretty lush. I might wait on that and see what Emotiva comes out with. $3,800 car and a 4K stereo. Well, that makes sense. You can take the stereo with you when the car's done. So that's an investment. Saw New Blue Sound Node is coming out. I saw that too. I haven't had a chance to actually like dig into the specifications or anything. Randy, AV question. Do you have any inside info about the faulty HMI 2.1 chips all over Yamaha Marantz Denon? Marantz Denon are giving hardware boxes to fix issue with customers. Ooh, I haven't heard that. Hey, I got my friend on here. My internet friend. She doesn't understand what I'm saying. That's all right. Choose Sony SSCS5 after watching your video. We'll add Klipsch subwoofer. Thanks. You're welcome. That's a great speaker. Very great speaker. If you've fully paid for both, more power to you. That's right. Get a cheap car. Hey, Nino Marachi, 99 cents. Thank you. 50 cents will go to Homes for Our Troops. 50% of all super chats goes to Home for Our Troops. A very good veterans. What do you call it? Charity. I'm not thinking right tonight. Get an Outlaw amp, second to none. I've heard nothing but good things, although I haven't heard it. Barris Grand review this month. Probably. They're still out there. Crichton 1 TDX paired with Iota VX SA3, good or bad combo. Actually, that'd be a great combo. The Iota VX is pretty detailed for me. And the Crichtons can seem like they don't have as much going up in the treble area versus like the Geo Research, but that would be a great pairing. Very good pairing. Ditto. The Outlaw is awesome. That's what Dr. C has to say from the Big Easy. Dr. C knows all about that stuff. $5. That looks like John. John, you don't need to be giving me anything, man. You've already given me so much. You have got to see what John made. I didn't bring it in. It's actually in my bedroom. John made some cool stuff for not only me, but Steve Gutenberg. Oh, what's up with my fingertips? I've been staining speakers for a customer. Yeah. Figured I'd go like all Green Day, get some black fingernail polish. Yeah. Worked at Best Buy, got the stereo on the cheap. Very cool. It tells you something about how much markup there are in stereos that are traditionally distributed. Upgrade for Emo Tiva B1 Plus. Any size goes. Ooh, well, for a bookshelf, ELAC Unify UB52. Let's see, $400. What did I just review that was $400? Oh, the Q Acoustics 3030i, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, so we're down to John. Redneck Tech 70. Do you hear that Apple Music is going to go high bit rate? I heard that. Yeah, I think everybody is at this point, which is good. They're going to have to change their Bluetooth codec though. Got the T1 Plus and B1 Plus for rears. Sounds great. Yeah, pretty awesome. Randy, what are your thoughts between the Balari EQ570 and the Shit Loki? Thank you for the good videos. I think they're both great. I think Shit, where they put their stuff there for a reason. They're like their frequencies, and they're low frequencies all the way at 20 hertz. So I don't know. I haven't AB'd them. I need to get them out and AB them. I really enjoy the 570 though. Someone's sending me messages. What are your thoughts? Okay, we already read that one. I'm getting all flustered. I'm wearing Grado SR80s myself. We're twinsies. That's pretty cool. I think the 70 and 80 line. Okay, I don't know. What's up, Chris? I don't know why you have the raised eyebrow looking at me. What did I do? CAFR 3, my dream speaker. Very cool. I haven't heard them. You already do Bluetooth 5. They already do Bluetooth 5. Redneck, I'm not talking about the Bluetooth like version. I'm talking about the codecs like SBC, AAC, aptX HD, aptX, LDAC, and then there's a Huawei codec as well. Would you like to hear how it compares to the A300 you currently have? Yes. Phantasm. Dr. C. My name, Tony. Love you, gentle dude. Cool. Hey, skip my earlier comment. Redneck Tech. All right. So where do we still have the Australian folks on here and the Hong Kong people on here and the Greenland people on here and the Canadians? Let's get some international love going. Everybody tell me where you're from if you're not from the US and A. How does Apple transmit audio? They transmit audio through AAC. That's their codec, AAC. And they're special. They're the only people that do AAC. Malta. I don't know if I've seen you before. That's awesome. You need to do a review of the Mini DSP HD. I would if I could run it. So I need to get that. I meant to say I love your channel. Thank you, Redneck Tech 70. I love your YouTube handle. Your mate still here, Johnny Hot Pants. That's another good one. Isn't LDAC only for Sony? No, they gave it to Samsung too. So they licensed that out. But Sony did create LDAC. Aussie, but living in Colorado. Cool. I bet everybody is like, I just love to hear you talk. I wonder if I go to Australia, if people would say, I'd love to hear you talk. I don't know. Would buy a Slovaki and some Kuzo if you come to Greece. I'd love to come to Greece. See all the cool stuff. I can see Canada from here if that counts. Yeah. What's your holy grail vinyl LP? It's got to be Nirvana, MTV Unplugged. Although Metallica S&M2 takes up 4 records, this sounds pretty darn good. So Martin, they use AAC codec. You such a dork. Thank you. Thoughts on Kef Q350? Love them. I have them right out there. I had loaned them out to El Gordo. Yeah, El Gordo. He had them, loved them. They're sitting out there, and I'm trying to see if I'm going to keep them or if I'm going to sell them. Do you suffer from tinnitus? I don't. Thank God. Have you heard the Ohm Walsh speakers? No, but I'd love to. Speaking of El Gordo Audio's in the house. Y'all, if you don't subscribe to his channel, subscribe. It's in Spanish, so it might be difficult if you're not Spanish speaking. But just go subscribe anyway. You can watch. A lot of movement, a lot of cool editing. His daughter edits it. Gordo is quite attractive. He's a handsome man. And go over El Gordo Audio. Yeah. And when you go or search El Gordo on YouTube, there's an awful lot that comes up. Apparently, that's a very common moniker in the Latino community. I was disappointed to find all the speakers in your sub 200 shootout costing $300 to $450 in Canada. Thumbs down. I would be disappointed too. Although Emotiva sells to Canada, and I think they offer free shipping. Howdy, worst night ever. So glad this popped up to get my mind off things. David, I am sorry to hear that, and I'm glad that I can bring any levity I can to your night. Missed the last few Zooms. Hope to get on tomorrow. Well, I can't wait to see you, man. What are your go-to cable brands? You know what? I don't really get into cables right now, although the world's best cables I've heard are really good and really affordable and reasonable. And they use the Gotham stuff like that. Both seem very good quality. So, yeah, it sounds like you're already all over it. Okay, at Paul Presley, I used to own Phase Tech. Okay. Any recommendation for integrated amp to pair with the CSS Crichton 1TDX? I've used the Anthem integrated 225. It's discontinued, though. I have also used the Emotiva TA100, also the A300. A lot of the Chinese Class D is going to pair up really well with the Crichtons, actually. So a lot of options there. It sounds pretty good on everything. If you can get a more detailed amp, it may liven them up a bit on top, but I'm not saying they're not already good on top. It's just that might be comparing. When you're reviewing just a set of bookshelf speakers, do you also use a sub? No, I do not. I do not at all use a sub when I'm testing out bookshelves. Fat Bastard Audio. I just found my channel name. There you go. That's good. Remember Fat Bastard from I can't remember. The Mike Myers thing. He was the 007 knockoff. Dr. C, I've not heard one word out of Dolly. I have tinnitus from years of concerts and loud car audio systems. And I am sorry to hear that. Isn't Speaker City your t-shirt owned by New Record Day? No, I'll ask him. I will ask him. Austin Powers, duh. Ooh, $5 from Hound Stuff. $2.50 going to Homes for Our Troops. Thank you so much. Austin Powers. Everyone's rocking with that. Who's tonight's sponsor? Oh, already did Razor Blades. We are not Wood Glue. Looking around. Already done Korn. Korn's been a sponsor, not the band, the actual seeds. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit brain dead. Maybe I'll come up with something. No, that's dumb. I was gonna do water. What's better than two hydrogen atoms combined with an oxygen atom covalently or ionically? I can't remember. Is it covalently bonded or ionic? Chime in if you know what kind of bond. Amazon and Tidal are the only ones who stream Atmos. Cool. You Make Me Randy, baby. Yeah, that is from that movie. I still like my music loud and deal with fairly constant ringing in my ears. Man, I am so sorry. Have you reviewed the Shit Manny preamp? I haven't. Shit hasn't sent me anything. We talked. They said they would, but I think they've been pretty jammed up. They're also opening a factory or a facility in Texas. It would be funnier if Korn sponsored the video. If Korn sponsored the video, I would do backflips because I love that band. Tonight's sponsor, High End Cables. They're absolute shit. And Dr. C is coming up with some zingers tonight. Hey, dude, have you told your story about how you got involved with this hobby and then your story about how you got involved in YouTube? Yeah, when I was 6, I got a Walkman. I think I saw Back to the Future and was obsessed with music. And then I had a buddy at work said he should start a YouTube channel because I always talk about headphones, and he would ask me which headphones to get. Covalent, Miguel Rizzo. Thank you, Covalent Bonds. And so I did. And Dr. C pointed out this was the T-shirt I wore in my first ever video. And so, yeah. And I also got the Kef LS50 and the Moon by Sim Audio 240i. And I was completely underwhelmed and angry at high-end audio because I thought it was supposed to change my life, and it didn't. So I got mad, made videos about it. Have you checked out or heard anything, good or bad, about the FX Audio? No, I haven't, John. Todd talked about a Denafreps. Now, that's pretty expensive. I reached out to Denafreps, so I'm going to see if they're going to talk to me. Saturday night drunk messness. Whiskey Dreams. Good for you. Remember when you could buy cassette singles? Oh, I do remember cassette singles. They had CD singles too. I remember those. That was awesome. Cassette singles. That's what you should have bought anyway, because back then you had no idea what the rest of the record sounded like. So you'd buy the record for 2 songs anyway. You should make a video and tell the long version. I don't know if people would be all that interested, but that would be cool. I'll do that. Check out The Weeknd for good music to test speakers. I have heard. Yes. I got my baby back. Michael's singing the Chili's song. What is your first album you bought in your younger years? Huey Lewis and the News 4. How about Iron Maiden Killers just because of the cover? Yeah, man, Iron Maiden had some cool posters. I remember at like the carnivals and stuff, you'd throw the darts at the posters. You'd pay like $2 to throw a dart so you could get a 25-cent poster. And they had Iron Maiden posters everywhere. And then like a Lamborghini poster. Dr. C, thank you so much. 25K subscribers. CD singles. Wow, I missed that. Do you prefer banana or U connectors for your speaker cables? I use bananas. I like those. I thought Sally was going to change my life. I don't know who that is. Huey Classic. Yeah, she did. I also bought a Lionel Richie record early on. She did, but in a bad way. Bananas for the win. Dr. C's chiming in. All of your fans want to know more about you, including me, but you didn't hear that from me. Okay. You're an inspiration. Aw. You make me want to get going on my own YouTube. Do it, Mr. Redneck Tech 70. You already got the perfect name for it. I'll subscribe. If you want to hear some really crazy imaging, give Spaces by Yoshi Hirahaka a listen. Great album for testing purposes. I have heard that. I know Z uses that as well as a lot of other folks. Yeah, that sounds cool. I'll have to try that. Besides screws, what is a good way to secure bookshelves to a speaker stand? I've never secured them. I just set them on top. A belt. like a leather belt, like 5 leather belts. I don't know. Listening to you from Brazil. Great reviews and comparisons. Love your channel. Thank you. Reviews de Jogos y Tecnologia. Hey, you should subscribe to El Gordo Audio. It's a Spanish speaking. Well, you guys, if you're from Brazil, you speak Portuguese. Never mind. But if you speak Spanish, you should subscribe to El Gordo. You should subscribe to El Gordo Audio anyway. I don't know why. That was dumb. They speak Portuguese in Brazil, right? $5. What a good closed back headphone for jazz. What's a good blues? The Meze 99 Classic. Fantastic. Dr. C secures speakers to a stand by filling a quart-sized mason jar with shot and place it on the top of each speaker. Then there you go. That'll get you. I like that. I like that. Weird. Okay. Emotiva SE8, big enough for 12 by 15 room with 8-foot ceiling. Yeah, I think so. It puts out a fair amount of happy to go luckiness on the bottom end. Good. I have Emotiva T0 towers and love them. Your opinion on Emotiva? Love Emotiva. Everything about them, every product that I've had from them has been fantastic. I think it's a great outfit. They don't mess with their pricing. Their higher end stuff is made in the US. Their lower end stuff is made to their specs. Very good power supplies. I've got no complaints. None about anything Emotiva except for the TA100 remote. It's garbage, but it works and you can get a universal remote. When you're streaming Amazon Music through their app on Apple TV, are you getting HD? I don't know. I don't, because I do that in my living room and I don't know. Where's their quality lower? I would imagine that everything is probably downsampled at 1644.1. My first concert with my wife was Huey Lewis and Rat. That's an odd couple. 1984. Set your speakers level with rubber feet under them. There you go. I have like those little felt pads. I think your speakers to stand above. Okay, we already talked about that. Dr. C putting a bunch of metal balls on top of his speaker. Pretty good. Jim Hess, you're a funny guy. Enjoy your humor. Thanks, Jim. I actually got a comment today, said that I should go work out my jokes in a comedy club because my humor is tiresome. I got a couple comments today that weren't very nice. That made me sad on the inside. Hey, brother, are there no KLH5 sound demos online because they suck and are hyped to the max, or are they actually good? I don't know. I haven't heard them. I don't think Andrew Robinson is gonna like lie, but he also has specific tastes. Like he loves the Heresies. I thought the Heresies were good and very good in certain situations, but I don't know. I know Mike from Audio Architects is getting a pair in. Do I drink Black Rifle coffee? Cameron Douglas. I haven't had it. No. Listening to Dio now. Cool. I used to blast I Want a New Drug in my Ford Fiesta with a Kenwood component system. Do you want to know a funny story about that song? So I was such a young kid. I didn't know what drug meant. And actually, I thought it said, I want a new truck. Like isn't a pickup truck. I want a new truck. When it won't make me sick. Like, I don't know. Like I thought maybe the shocks were out on his truck. So I was a kid and I actually thought the song was I Want a New Truck. Reviews. I speak Portuguese, but I can also understand Spanish. I'll look out for El Gordo. Have you ever listened to DAC headphone amp Loxg D30? No. Well, hold on. I've got a Loxg over here. That's the P20. It's the tube. I haven't listened to the D30 now. What's tonight's 2-liter soft drink? Actually, I'm at home, so I have the 12 ounces. Dr. C. Mason jars full of shots. Now, that's a good sponsor. Do GR Research tube connectors work with banana plugs? They do. Yeah, absolutely. Love JC. Any idea for a good upgrade of Fidelio X2s? Looking for a large soundstage with a decent amount of bass. Emotiva headphones, I think, are a pretty big upgrade from the Fidelio X2s. I thought the X2s personally, and I had those for a while. I wasn't like shocked and awed by how good they were. Let's see, what other headphone do I really like? These Grados are pretty good once they're broken in. What other open backs do I like? I'm drawing a blank right now. I have a bunch of Monolith, like M570, and then I have the Monolith M565. That's pretty good if you change out the ear pads. For closeback, the Meze 99 Classics are fantastic. They actually have a pretty big soundstage. Why am I drawing a blank on open headphones? I don't know. Louis Sipes in the house, my boy Louis. Blue Tack is a good fastener to stands. I have a bunch of Blue Tack sitting around. Louis Sipes, my good buddy. I love it when you're on the sorry, I'm getting distracted. I love it when you're on the Zooms, brother. I love seeing you, man. I hope to see you tomorrow night. Huey's Want a New Drug and Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters theme. They sound way too similar. Of course, Huey got his payday in court. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Blue Tack is good for securing speakers. Okay. We've already talked about that. I don't know why I just repeated it. Suggestion for future video speaker setups from your fans and your thoughts about them. Very nice. You know what I want to do is I actually want to have you all send me pictures of your systems, but I need to set up a new email just for that because like I'm overwhelmed already of my Drop 4XX. That reminds me, the Hyphem and Sandaris are absolute knockouts for open back, but they don't have a lot of bass. But if you have a bass boost or an EQ, they're magnificent. Dr. C, I think he's talking about Louis Snipes with that fantastic white beard. Speaker City has a two-way kit designed by Joe somebody using Usher drivers for $325 each, $650 a pair. This Speaker City is from old school. In my opinion, the vinyl digital debate is that they are both great. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I agree. But they are absolutely different. I agree. Worth having both if you can. I agree. B&W P5 headphones are my fave. Cool. Hey, Randy, gluing up my XLS Encores tonight. Thanks for the recommendation. You're welcome. Have fun cleaning your fingers. And then if you can, when you squeeze some glue out, wipe that thing down with some wet paper towels as much as you can so that you don't have to sand it off later. Steve just did that with people sending pics. Yeah, and it was totally cool. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. What is this Speaker City model name? Which amp, Yamaha or Cambridge? I don't have experience with either of those. Chad Williams prefers digital with his IMs. Very cool. I like digital just because it's so darn convenient. And then, like, you have access to every album ever made. How about 150 and under preamp shootout? Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, Dr. C, that's actually where I got the idea. I just thought it was really cool sounding. He's done that before, too. Totally misunderstood lyrics, blinded by the light up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Yeah. You know what's funny is I'll listen to songs like hundreds of times and I still won't know the lyrics. My open back headphones are the Sennheiser Classic HD 424. I've had them since the mid 70s. Very cool. Zenfono Pre should be in that shootout. iFi hasn't made a product that I haven't liked either. Budget PC Gaming. $4.99. Jim Hess, thank you. $250 going to the troops. Just a heads up, Infinity Reference 253s are on sale at Harman for $150 each. Might be a good one. I'm gonna yawn. The 152s are only $130 for a pair. If they have a bunch of stuff on sale. Yeah, apparently they're sold out on Amazon right now, the A130s. You might want to go to JBL's site and see if they have any, if you're so inclined or interested. If you set up correctly, the source playing flax, you have to be supernatural on your ears running super expensive speakers to hear any difference. Cool. Mr. Tez Tickles has entered the chat. Crutchfield now sells Paradigm. Pretty affordable. Wonder how they compare to Emotiva. Similar, but the Emotivas have way more clarity. Paradigm SE Monitor Atom can almost get a bit shouty. I'm not saying it does. I'm saying it can get shouty. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm in a spirited chat here. Any experience with shit, Jim? Yes. I had the Modi, the Manny. No, not the Manny. I had the DAC, the Modi, the headphone amp, and the Loki at one time. I also have the Loki in house. Crutchfield now sells pair. Okay. If you want to do the phono preamp shootout and can't get the shit Manny, let me know. I can send it your way when you finish with the Sprout 100. Definitely give the phono on the Sprout a test. Speaking of that, oh, I do have your package. Yeah. Whoa, did PS Audio finally send you a Sprout? No, but somebody else did. Yeah, JC did. My 22-year-old Arcam CD player died. I bought a $40 DVD player with analog outputs from Walmart just to get by, and it sounds way better than the Arcam. I guess laser and DAC technology has improved. Yeah. I have a Bic Venturi F12 sub. Do you like Bic Venturi? I don't have any experience with them, but I've heard good things. I've heard the good things. Depeche Mode, Fly on the Windscreen for testing. I like Depeche Mode. People Are People is actually a very good song because it has really good travel at the beginning, and then it has like a harp that goes up. Can you name 5 top movies for my new ELAC 6.2 home theater setup? Not only sound effects, but also good soundtrack. Interstellar. I like the new Star Wars movies. The third one, I think it's Rise of Skywalker or something like that. U571. It's the one where Harrison Ford plays a Russian submarine captain. Apparently, that one's awesome. That's 3. I'll give you 3. How's that? Jurassic Park. That's awesome. And then Lion King, the one where they make the animals talk and they look real. I think I only sent to him because you were asking him about it during one of your chats, Phantasm. Yeah. Black Hawk Down. Yeah, that movie made me cry. Anyone here looking for an older Rotel CD player? Cool. What's your go-to coffee brand? Bonus, what roast? I'm pretty boring, so I just get Starbucks. I just kind of get whatever's there. And I kind of go between French and breakfast, whatever. I'll drink anything though. Big Trouble in Little China. That's just a good movie. I don't know how it sounds. It's just a great movie. You said Interstellar first. I wanted to say that, and you proved accurate. Cool. Blade Runner 2049, my dude. That sounds huge. Very cool. I went to that in the theater. You said, okay, Phantasm. I get it. Honest. Monitor Audio Gold 50 or Bowers and Wilkes 606 or Klipsch 600M. Unfortunately, I had not heard any of those. Although there could be one of those showing up, but not that one. Maybe a better one. Maybe better. Maybe somebody that's really nice and really awesome and has supported the channel from the beginning, maybe sending those over. Would you put a super tweeter on the Minx XL? I saw that in my chat, and I think I responded to you. It's not dumb. If you're in a bigger room, I think that idea has legs. I don't know, like in a near field setup, I don't think so. And actually, if you get that tweeter up at ear level, it is not dull at all. That speaker's not dull to begin with, even if you have it off axis. It would be fun. It would be fun. I don't have them anymore. I sent them back to Aperion. Salvador, my buddy from Miami. Hey, Randy, good evening. Bellari EW57 EQ570 versus Loki. Thoughts? I haven't AB'd them. I think they're both great. Hello, Randy. Can you tell us about Marantz PM5005? I don't have that in house. Actually, I don't have a lot from them. I need to reach out to Sound United again. Have you been to theater since COVID? I think I did. Yeah, I know I did. I don't remember. I think it was a kids' movie I took the girls to. I used to go solo once a week. I used to go to the movies all the time by myself when I was on the road. Fully vaccinated, going next Friday. Very cool. Props also for the guy that said Tom Legacy, epic Daft Punk material. B&W 606, hands down. Matt Callis throwing his opinion in here. Very good. You're the man, giving my speaker obsession new life. Thanks. Thank you, TH. No, I got it, Ballard. Salvador. I got it. Yeah, EQ 570. Drum DeLorean. Your opinions on Sherwin Vega. I haven't heard them, but back in the 90s, they were all over the place. What kind of camera do you use? It has a nice bokeh effect. I use a Sony M570. No, M570. Sony A7R2, 3. I think it's the A7R2. But that's mostly the lens. I mean, if you get like a 1.4 lens, you're going to blow out the background. That's a 35 millimeter. I prefer a 50 millimeter, but I don't have a big enough room for a 50 millimeter. So my Denon receiver 3803 is a phono stage, but I've been told a preamp will give better sound. Yeah, usually. So when you've got everything packed into one chassis there and it's sharing the same power supply, generally when you start to separate out, you're going to get some better sound. Even if you would just hook up a phono preamp to your receiver, you're generally going to get it a little bit better. Not to mention, you got to think about how much that receiver cost and how much they had to put into their phono preamp, because they got DACs in there if it's multi-channel. There's a whole host of things to consider. Even $100 or $200 phono preamp's probably going to sound better than what you have in your integrated amp. Chad Williams, showing Vegas loud. More of an outdoor speaker. Dr. C went out for dinner at a restaurant for the first time since the pandemic and actually went inside and sat at a table. He got waited on. Very cool. I hate restaurants. It's probably because I went to so many with work, or go to so many at work. I don't like them. Although I went and got Chinese takeout today. I think it would blow away the B&Ws. 600s have that mid-range dip. You got to get the B&W 700s. How do you feel about companies using your reviews on their product pages? I'm cool with it. Some of them have reached out to me and, asked me. And then others have said, hey, can we pay you? And I'm like, yeah, but there's yet to be money changed hands. I'm very cool with it. It helps out me and it helps out them. So, yeah, I'm cool with it. Just add an i5. Now, if I had a jillion subscribers and I was really a prima donna, then maybe I get pissy about that, but I'm cool with it. The camera doesn't like talking about it. It loses focus. It's not the camera's fault. It's my fault for not being able to operate it correctly. The camera does a pretty good job. It's the user that doesn't know how to do a good job with it. I think Cam should be a registered trademark. Thank you, Dr. C. I'm sure somebody else has it already, like the Canadian Audiophile Museum. There you go. Canadian Audiophile Museum probably already has that trademarked in Canada, but I think trademarks go across country lines. Whew. You guys are asking lots of questions. I'm talking really fast. How about those 12-inch Balzac subs? I haven't heard them. Hey, bud. Once again, I love your channel. Thanks, Redneck Tech 70. Good night, buddy. Good night. Good night. Good night. Review any clips, any other clip shared as speakers. Probably not, because the only reason I got to review those is because Safe and Sound and Ron were cool enough to do it. But I got like a lot of that's not cheap. So there was a lot of comments about me reviewing those that were negative. Now, if I get a chance, I'm going to listen to them because I'd love to hear the Fortes. Love to. Cornwalls are not getting in my house. I don't have enough room to begin with everything in here, let alone putting some Cornwalls in here. Just hooked up the PS Audio Stellar Phono preamp, playing a few different albums that have things I've never heard before. Great for details. You know what? There's a good podcast with John Darko where he interviews one of the engineers who developed the Phono preamp. I don't know if it's the Stellar. I think it is. Great podcast to listen to. He talks about measurements and feedback loops and total harmonic distortion. Very, very good listen if you're into that. Thank you for doing these live chats. Got lucky and saw you were live. You have a set schedule. I don't. I used to do them on Sunday nights after the Zooms, but lately I've been really busy with work and stuff, so I do them when I'm on the road. Pretty consistently when I'm on the road, but that's not really consistent. I need to do a better job of like announcing, hey, I'm going to go live, but I don't know how to do that. So I can barely run YouTube. Hey, Michael Walker, $3. Thank you. You the man for saying that on air. Love your channel. No such thing as Balzac subs. Listen, I don't know. There's probably a lot of stuff out there. Wow, John Carialis, second Greek guy on your live. I thought I was the only lunatic here, 6 a.m. You guys are awesome. Up early, milking the chickens. Milking the chickens. I made myself laugh. Milking chickens. That's absurd. Just looked up the... Okay, we already been there. Channel's getting better all the time. Thanks, Michael. Love your advice. Thanks. Thank you, Steven. Just add on new half bath. Plenty for the Cornwalls. Fantastic. Or Dr. C's going to throw some Cornwalls in this half bath. I don't blame you. You got to have good music. We probably spend a lot of time. If like in the aggregate, if we add up how much time we spend in the bathroom, it's probably shocking. So we probably should have good music in the bathroom. A lot of people think the Fortes are the best because they dig deeper than the others. I hope so, with that 15-inch passive radiator on the back. Michael Walker, thanks. I'll check out the podcast. Very cool. Nick Pantazzi, is the Phono preamp on the Emotiva TA100 any good, or should I consider it separate? I actually really like the Phono preamp, and I think it was a Rega. Maybe it was $200, and it sounded great. But when I got the TA100, I was buying everything, so I had a limited budget, and like I A/B'd them, and I think the Riga sounded a bit better, but it was only by a bit, so I ended up sending it back. Darren Myers designed the PS Audio Stellar Phono, and yeah, he does some very interesting podcasts. Cool. What's your favorite headphone, and how much does it cost? I have a few. Meze 99 Classic, they're $300 US. The Emotiva, I think they're $2 something US. Dan Clark Aeon closed, although I haven't listened to them for a while. It's $500. Grados are pretty good. I think they're $100 thereabouts. HD6XX, they're awesome. I think they're $250. Hypho and Sandaros, great. I actually might buy a pair. I had a listener send those in. Very good, very cool. They are not bassy though. No bass. They have bass, but not a lot. Phil Ormsby, thank you. $10. A little thank you for your reviews. A little compact system for my sitting room based on the SVS sound base and the mini XL speakers. Great sound once the XL's burned in. Very cool. Still digging the Wharfdale 12.2 question mark. I haven't had them out for a while. I need to hook them back up. Scott Pledger, hey, I have a non-audio question. I feel like you could answer. When you pull a toilet, the posts on the side shouldn't stay attached to the toilet, right? So, actually, I do know this. So there's a ring around there, and it should be metal, and they should have slots. So the head of the screw will go down and then slot in. If the toilet has kind of come loose a little bit and those bolts have slid out, they probably will come out with your toilet. I can't believe I know the answer to that. But if you clean up that ring, there should be a metal and there should be a slot in there. Can't believe I know that. Louis, Braun's doing pretty good. He's gotten a lot packed up. He's on schedule. Actually, I think they're ahead of schedule. Still digging the Wharf. Yes, trying to convince the wife that we need a new system and introduced her to your channel. She loves your work. Fantastic. I'm glad. I can be a little bit off-putting. I don't know. Thanks again for the great reviews. They were a big help. My setup configuration is now Fluence RT82. Very cool. I have the RT83. Shitmanic preamp. Sony DH190 amp paired with Yamaha S803s. How am I doing? Pretty good. Very good. All those are awesome. Look who's here. Andrew Robinson. Use Technics or go with the ATI-40XP with a better cart like the 2M Blue, bronze or black. There you go. Mr. Robinson has spoken and he knows what he's talking about. Hello, Andrew. Thanks for joining me. I was going to reach out to you tonight. People left me mean messages today and I needed some YouTube support. My wife got a new dining room set. I got the preamp. That sounds like a good compromise. She still came out ahead, but I still eat on the kitchen counter. That's very cool. Dr. C, George, if you prefer a direct drive, look at the Pioneer PLX 1000, $799. Ooh, for speakers, a KLH 17s, very cool. You know who has a great review on the KLH Model 5 is Andrew Robinson. I have the Heresies in my bathroom. So does Sean. We're Zero Fidelity. I have the Heresies in my bathroom with a Krell amp. Now you're just messing with me. Krell amp sitting on the edge of the bathtub. I think it's lights out system. I think you're right. I think you should get in the bathtub. I think you probably need to wash that Krell. Go ahead and submerge it in the bathtub when you're in it. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm really enjoying my Wharfdale 11.4s. Yeah, those are fun speakers. Thank you. And they're good, man. They're beautiful too. I have the center channel now too. Dolby Music has been an amazing experience. Still planning on a full review of them. Yes, that review was actually going to go out tomorrow, but instead I did a review on veneering speakers, and I should have done a review on staining speakers because I did that today. Anyway, I was like, I'm doing this anyway. I might as well record it and make stupid jokes. So I did. Actually, the first time I wrote jokes down and then I tried to do them to the camera, and it was harder than I thought it was going to be. I had to redo it a lot. Thanks so much. I was afraid I'd have to pay a plumber to come out here again. Now, just clean out the ring and see if... Now, that ring sometimes rots out. I can't believe we're talking about plumbing. So you might have to replace that ring in the floor. But even so, you can go down to your local hardware store and probably get it for $5. Scott Pledger, $25. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you. $12.50 going to Homes for Our Troops. We contributed over $400 last month to Homes for Our Troops. Why would anybody be mean to you? You seem like the nicest guy ever. Thanks, Bob Marley. Um, I'm not for everybody. No one's for everybody. I say okay and all right too much, which I do. And then someone said I need to go work my jokes out at a comedy club because they're not very good. They're tiresome. Which is kind of funny because they're probably not very good. Um, Gotta go milk the chickens. Last time I played my stereo in the bathroom, it fell into the tub with me and everything turned curly. Oh, come on now. That's too easy. Um, Dr. C, Randy, I don't remember, but did you do a comparison of the 11.2s over the 12.2s? I did not because I actually sold my 11.2s. One of like, that's the speaker that got away. I wish I still had it. They are different. So the 12.2 is way more neutral than the 11.2. Some people may think the 12.2s may be a bit boring. If you listen to them for a while, though, they come to life a little bit. Stop touching your nose with those fingers, or they will look the same by the end of your life. I'm not touching my nose. Will you do a center channel shootout? Ooh, probably not. I'm not good at center channels. Like they just sound good, or I don't know. Maybe someday, but I need to get way better at like home theater stuff before I start saying. I mean, they're good, right? They're good. They sound good. The Emotiva is like a true three-way design, though. So, dad jokes tested, kid approved. Nice. Sweet and Lowdown is a great movie for sound. His music and it's awesome. You know, if you're looking for good music, Pinky Blinders off of Netflix has good music. Seeing that in itself is funny. Funny is born people have it or they don't. I was born super funny. Fart. Cool. John Carrialis looking for upgrade from Klepsch KLF 30 any Rex. I haven't heard that, so I don't know. Paul, you're welcome. I don't know if I replied to you. Those people are nuts. You're honestly funny as hell, but your sense of humor is dry. I think the other people just don't get it. Maybe not. So the 11.2 is brighter? No. The 11.2 is warm, lush, thick, like an Amazon jungle in August. I'm sure the Amazon jungle in January is pretty lush too. People saying Randy's jokes are tiresome simply didn't get his humor. Thank you, Dr. C. When, as many people watch your videos as live in a small city, you're going to encounter a few bad apples. Yeah, it's funny because I'll get like a ton of really good comments, but for whatever. Now, I haven't been in the comments for a while just because I've been trying to make videos. But it's the negative ones that kind of get to you and they stick with you too. And like, I don't think people understand like how much they do stick with you. And a lot of times I'm like, should I change? And it's just very like, it's dejecting. I can have 100 great comments and one bad one. And I think about the one bad one. Looks like the Stage A130s are sold out on Amazon. I did hear that. Crutchfield has the JBLs and probably JBL's website has them. As dry as an 8-ounce can of Diet Coke. That's right, because you can drink it like in 2.3 seconds. The Fugitive soundtrack. Ooh, I like that movie. Man, that was a fun movie. The guy with one arm messing with Harrison Ford's wife. Tommy Lee Jones hunting him down. Doesn't care if he's innocent or not. He's going to get his man. Do you use room treatment acoustic panels? No, do not. Love the shirt. You're my boy, Blue. Yeah. Thank you. I'm trying to think about. I remember so Mitch gives his girlfriend a CD like holder, and then Vince Vaughn walks up and he goes, "Yeah, that one's crap." That always makes me laugh so much. How's Focal Sib Evo Series? I haven't heard any Focals, but you know who has is Andrew Robinson. Have you started the Hy-Vee DIY kit? No, I'm going to do it right after this. I'm going to start it. What do you think of the Yamaha integrated amps? I haven't heard any of them. I'd love to. Dr. C has a good one. Um, he likes it, I think. People who leave mean comments need to feel superior, and that is how they do it. Yeah, he can. I'm sure he's very good at a bunch of stuff. Yo, Randy, El Gordo, I just got home. Thank you so much for your shout out. No problem, buddy. I played to my daughter. She's the editor, and she's so happy you mentioned her. Well, she's very good. She's very good. I need to hire your daughter. It probably should have been rephrased. Center channels are such a pain. I prefer going Phantom Center. I usually do that, but there's some Netflix shows that I need a center channel. Physical center always pulls the voices up or down. Yep, that will do that unless you have the tweeters right in line. Angle it up, angle it down. There's some things you can do. But yeah, I used to always I used to never have a center channel, but there's some Netflix stuff that I just couldn't hear. I partially watched because of your sense of humor. Thank you, Paul. Make a poll so your fans can make top 10 of their favorite songs to test your speakers. I should do that. It would have to be something like a Google form, though, because if there's a poll, I have to have stuff in there. JBL A190s, where it's at. The Yamahas get great reviews from the Brits. What hi-fi? Cool. Dun, dun, dun. Don't go changing. You're growing on people now. Thank you. Hey, Randy, I've been enjoying your content for a few months now. Just wanted to say thank you. Thank you, John Sams. It's always a pleasure. Where'd it go? Do you like Macintosh? I haven't heard any, but I think they're well regarded. They're expensive, so that's why I haven't heard any. Turnabout is fair since Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher were torrid off-screen romance. Torrid. Don't let those negative comments get you down, man. You do you no matter what. Thanks. I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't know. It just got to me today. Focal makes great speakers. Randy, you're the Ron Swanson of YouTube audio scene. Be careful, or you will seduce all women. Well, I'm going to throw that vegan bacon in the garbage when I'm getting samples of it at the grocery store. Yes, I have the AS801, and I don't agree with Matt Callis. They sound shrill. They have a little extra on the top. Where'd I go? I lost it. But not shrill. Did you ever see Wormwood on Netflix? Killer show. I didn't. I'm going to yawn again. Now, Gordo's saying I need to get time with that Marantz this weekend. This weekend's about over, bro. Next weekend, maybe. You need to pick up your Q Acoustics speakers is what you need to do, and your subwoofer. And your... Did I give you your S801s back? I need to review the S807s to get those back to you. Just got the Klipsis 3.2 Heritage tabletop speakers, and it's pretty awesome. Cool. I don't have any center or rears anymore, just stereo. But if I turn the sound up loud enough to hear the quiet dialogue, then I get blasted. Yeah, I'm with you on that. What's my favorite speaker? Crichton 1TDX. I love it. That's not bacon. Dogs and humans know it. Bacon equals pork belly feature. Vegan bacon wrapped jumbo shrimp and extreme oxymoron. Did you end up keeping the hair seat? No. It was on loan from Ron. Actually, it was on loan from Safe and Sound. Went to Ron and then came to me. Yeah. If I like a speaker good enough, I'll buy it. I don't let people give me stuff. So I'll buy it. If I want to keep it, I'll buy it. Is it necessary to match left, right, and center channel and surround speakers? Personally, no. Not in a million years. Not in 100 million years. And frankly, I've run different fronts and a center and been somewhat fine with that. Absolutely not. No way. No way, no how. Even if you're running like audio 5-channel audio or like uh full channel surround or full channel stereo, all channel stereo. Even so, I mean, those back channels are for bullets and helicopters flying by and a little bit of reverb and stuff. No way. No way. Now, people will disagree with me, but they're usually the people selling the speakers. Some people love it though. I mean, but I have Definitive Technology something 800, something like that. They're good because they're a little bit bright on the top, and that's, I don't know. I like a bright speaker in the rear. You often mention Intergalactic when testing the bass production of a speaker. You should try the song "I Love You." Sarah McLaughlin. Yeah, starts with a really deep bass roll off tester. Very nice. I'll have to try that. Here in Albuquerque, we have Rebel Donuts. Love their bacon ones. Not greasy at all. I almost moved to Albuquerque out of the Navy. I might have to call it a night. It's 10:46. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it a night, folks. I appreciate all you coming in tonight. I appreciate the super chats. I really appreciate all your support. It means the world to me. Y'all don't know how much I love this, and it's because of y'all. So y'all are great. I really appreciate it. And y'all have a good night. And if you're patrons, I'll see you tomorrow night on the Zoom if you're so inclined. I also have a how to veneer a speaker kind of video going up tomorrow morning. So it's a lot of fun. First time I've ever written jokes for the intro. So I try to like do it really subdued and stuff. So you have to let me know. You have to let me know if my joke writing is good or not. All right, y'all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.